A tattooed girl. What's your perception? Unattractive, promiscuous, and surely a heavy drinker. Or perhaps looks kinda cool and attractive. Tattooed individuals can be judged as immoral, crude, unstable, and undesirable by some, whereas others may consider them unique, attractive, self confident, and of course desirable. Tattooed women continue to face a social stigma. It starts quietly with smaller, more modest tattoos. The occasional frown, the subtle nastiness, the discrimination in employment, and it worsens with time. As your tattoos become more prominent, so does the judgment of society around you. And society can be vicious towards tattooed women. What's worse is that in my discussion with certain women, women themselves viewed other tattooed women as less passive and more depraved than their clear skinned counterparts, irrespective of whether they themselves were tattooed or not. In a nutshell, disappointingly, women too viewed other tattooed women in a negative frame. Many believe tattoos on females are still acceptable to an extent, but not on men. In reality, it's sheerly contradictory. Men are more likely to have visible work, and those with tattoos are considered more masculine, powerful, and of course attractive. Women have work on their upper arms or lower backs or places where it's not visible unless they deliberately reveal it. That speaks for it, desire for concealment, suggesting that tattoos are not as acceptable on women as some might think. But why? The reality is, society still expects a woman to be submissive and polite, and those with tattoos can give the impression of being rebellious, strong-minded, and opinionated. And those aren't exactly the traits of an ideal girl, right? But psychology says tattoos are a form of self-expression. Many couples get them as a sign of their love. And women, just like everyone else, get them as a form of self-expression and their own authenticity. An acquaintance of mine got her first tattoo as birds flying away from a feather, a depiction of her finding freedom and freeing herself from her own bondage. Her second tattoo was the forget-me-not plant, which was a depiction of love, loyalty, and affection, something that was her motto in life. Her third tattoo was the word perspective that she got on her neck. It was a motivation for her to look at problems from various perspectives and not just one. Tattoos have always been a part of our past. In ancient China, they were considered barbaric. In Philippines, they were considered to have magical properties and were even a mark of status, rank, and accomplishment. Many civilizations used them to mark the bodies of outcasts, for example, slaves, prisoners of war, criminals. They were even used to mark the faces of prostitutes as a sign of their low grade in society. But wait, that was the past, right? Why are we still clinging on to our centuries old stereotypes about appearance? Surface identity, and we instantly arrive at conclusions. But remember, tattoos, no matter what color, design, or symbol, are a sign of rejection of limiting rules. Is that why we ostracize a person with it? The harsh reality is, the stigma may never really go away. But as long as there's a need for us humans to express ourselves, tattoos will always be there. And besides, public opinion is of least importance when you get a tattoo. You may be mocked or judged. But as long as you are being yourself, your original edition, knowing what you are doing, who cares what others say? Now excuse me while I go plan my first tattoo. Thank you.